Oof, hello, welcome back to Armchair Armory, and it just finished at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 2. Before I get into my thoughts on the game, I don't normally go on social media after a poor result or after a bad situation involving Arsenal, because I know it normally winds me up because of the sort of reactionary, negative, clickbaity stuff that people like to put out, because we live in a world now where you have to say the most controversial things in order to get attention. And people will probably sit here and say, well, Dan, you're doing that now, you're going to complain about something because you're hoping this gets picked up and it's made viral. No, I'm not saying this because I want to be famous or whatever. I'm sick and tired of every time we have a poor result going onto social media and seeing people talking about Arteta out and, using really extreme language. I know it's only football, but using really extreme language like, oh, we've handed City the title and all this sort of stuff. It's just like people don't critically think anymore. They can't separate the fact that this is one game and there's still 6 games to go. Now, I'm going to come on to my thoughts on that, but I still think I'm not going to sit here and say that everything's done and dusted. Yes, things haven't gone our way today and we were poor, particularly second half. But yeah, I'm not going to say it's over until it's over. It probably helps for me just because I didn't think we were going to win the league anyway. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm just sick and tired of seeing it because it's just so immature to just act like a 4-year-old every time a negative result happens. And we'll probably have the Arteta out crowd right now rubbing their hands saying, oh, here's my payday, this is what I told you guys. These so-called Arsenal fans that are sitting waiting in the wings for when things go wrong, and then they can say, see, I told you so. Fucking morons. But anyway, enough about that. But yeah, this is just something I wanted to get off my chest because I'm just sick and tired of seeing it every single time that we have a poor result. Luckily, I didn't see anything after the Bayern result, but I can imagine there was the same thing there in certain aspects. Anyway, we've lost 2-0. I think the reason why I feel down about it is because there was a massive opportunity today to take advantage in the title race. We know City won against Luton yesterday, 5-1. But Liverpool earlier on played, before us, they played Palace at Anfield, lost 1-0 through an Eze goal. So there was an opportunity. There was an opportunity for us to lead the Premier League, to end the weekend leading the Premier League. And we missed an opportunity. And I kind of feel how I felt after Bayern Munich. I feel like we've missed an opportunity. At Bayern Munich, we started that game off really well, and sort of I don't know, the occasion got to us and we conceded 2 stupid goals. Yes, it was good that we kept ourselves in the tie by equalising, but I feel like, and the fact they had no fans there, Bayern had no fans, was another opportunity that we should have taken advantage of. And I feel like that was the same today, that I said in the preview that Villa's form had been kind of indifferent over the past 5 or 6 games. But there was something when I woke up this morning and I was thinking about, the last couple, the run-in. I was thinking, I don't know, man, I've got a really bad feeling about this. I've got a bad feeling it's going to be one of those games. And I said it in the preview, that it's going to be one of those games that's after a really intense European game. I had this horrible feeling that it was going to happen. And, it kind of went how I expected it to go. So there were a few changes from the Bayern game, with Zinchenko coming in for Kivior. Jorginho came out and Havertz went into midfield, and Gabriel Jesus took up the striker position. So first of all, I think that was a mistake. Well, I don't know. I think that team still should have been capable of beating Villa, but I feel like as much as Gabriel Jesus brings a lot to the team, and as long as Zinchenko brings a lot to the team, I feel like Gabriel Jesus' problems is that he's too wasteful. He's really good at holding the ball. He's really good at beating a man. He's really good at getting into good areas, but he's wasteful. His end product is not as, even at City, I know he scored a lot of goals for City, but his end product was never like 100%. And then you look at Zinchenko, like Zinchenko again, quite good at, placing a pass when he can and all this sort of stuff. But defensively, and when he's under pressure, just seems to drop his shopping like every time. The amount of balls he was giving away today was ridiculous. But yeah, first half we were good. First half we were dominating. We were doing what we've kind of been doing at home all season, dominating the ball. We were getting a few chances, but again, when they fell to people like Gabriel Jesus, and this is another thing that even though Havertz has been good in the last few games, I am always annoyed that Havertz never either lets the ball run too far in front of him, or it's almost as if he pulls away from taking a one-on-one with a defender, or he makes the wrong decision. I think Jesus suffers from this as well, but yeah, Havertz was doing that a lot today. Would get in a good position and just make the wrong decision. But yeah, we had a few chances, and that's where I sort of started thinking it's going to be one of those days where we're either going to lose 1-0, sorry, I keep looking at that. I've got Sky Sports in the background, so I was waiting for Arteta's interview. We're either going to lose 1-0 or this is going to peter out into a 0-0 draw. And like Villa defended really, really well. They also had a chance from Ollie Watkins. It was one of those moments where it was like, yep, this is it. This is where we go 1-0 down. And he hit the post. But I felt we were defending for the most part well as well. So we go in at half-time 0-0, come out, and Villa were unbelievable. Second half, they were so much better than us. And in a way, you could say they deserve to win this game. No, I'm going to say they deserve to win this game. Just on that second half performance alone. It's almost as if Arteta, I know that I think the ratio between Emery beating Arteta, if you include Villarreal, is actually like in Emery's favour. And somehow Emery always seems to find a way to beat Arteta since Arteta's been the Arsenal manager. And it's just almost like I saw Clive Palmer from the Arsenal Vision podcast say the football gods are watching, just do your job. And it's true. It's almost as if like it was written in the stars that every time we play Unai Emery, we're going to come unstuck. And it became one of those afternoons where it felt like the longer this goes on, we're going to make a mistake defensively and someone's going to score. 83rd minute, I think it was 83rd, 84th minute. They have a corner. They had multiple corners at that time, but on the third corner, they play it short. They whip it back into the box. Raya's caught off his line. People aren't going to their man quick enough. Ball falls out to Leon Bailey, who just taps it into an own goal, basically. 1-0 Villa. And, at that point you're thinking, well, there's no way we're going to get back into it. Because, even the second half, we couldn't get near Emi Martinez, apart from, lofting it right into his fucking hands. But yeah, so 1-0 down, and it's like, okay, let's see what we can do. 1-0, yes, we've still got 7 minutes plus quite a bit of injury time left because there was a few injuries to Villa players and stuff like that happened. So we carry on. Jorginho's on by this point, who I think probably should have started. He gives the ball away. Forget who it was that put through Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins is left with Emile Smith-Rowe, who is not going to muscle Watkins off of the ball. Chips it over Raya, 2-0, game done. Even started seeing, as soon as that goal went in, the Emirates just emptied. Everyone started leaving. But yeah, so it's an unrecognizable Arsenal. In the last two games, we've seen unrecognizable things that we'd not seen all season. even at points last season, we didn't see stuff like this. We saw this is the type of thing that we used to see in when Emery was the manager, or early Arteta, or latter Wenger. This is the kind of thing we used to see. Somebody I saw on X said that it reminded them of the Brighton at home game towards the end of last season, the 3-0. Yeah, in a way, because we were caught on the break twice. Were caught on the break, with it. 1-0 was probably the expected result for Villa, but 2-0 was a little bit flattering, and we got caught on the break for one of those goals. Whereas in the Brighton game, we were caught twice for 2 of the goals. But yeah, it's disappointing, put it that way. Like I said, I never thought that we had the right because of how far along we pushed City last season. I never thought that we were going to do it again this season, and we've actually done better performance-wise. For the most part, we've done better. Look, the season's not over. There's still 6 games to go. We're still in the Champions League quarter-final, although by 10 o'clock or 10 o'clock on Wednesday, I don't think we will be anymore. But still, I think, even though I complain at the beginning, I can understand the rationale in a way. Even though I think it's reactionary and stupid to say things like we've handed City the title, is I think people are looking at the running and they're thinking, Wolves away will probably be difficult. We've got Chelsea at home, Spurs away, which would be really difficult, Bournemouth at home, and you saw, how they took Man United. I know that was at Bournemouth's ground, but they took Man United all the way. Then we've got United at Old Trafford, which we never do well at, regardless of how shit they are. And then, Everton at home, Everton at the Emirates on the last day of the season. And if somehow we manage to take it all the way to the end of the season, there's nothing to say that Everton won't need 3 points to stay in the Premier League, because obviously they've been hit with the sustainability charges, points deductions, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's not going to be easy, put it that way. But I'm not saying that it's over. When the second goal went in, I have to admit, I did say to myself, the league's gone. But I was like, damn, just calm down. Like, it's not over until it's over. And as I keep saying, I didn't expect that we were going to win the league anyway. There is part of me in the back of my mind that thinks I fully expect City to go on and win it now. Because there's proof there that Liverpool can drop points as well. Anfield is more of a fortress for them than the Emirates is for us. And you saw how, one of the sort of lesser teams in the Premier League, no disrespect, Crystal Palace fans, managed to beat them. So yeah, it is what it is. There's nothing much we can really do about it. We just have to take it on the chin and move on. Wolves next week, but first Bayern Munich on Wednesday. Yeah, it was poor though. Second half was really poor. It was, as I said, it was an unrecognizable Arsenal performance. I was shocked at how bad we were. But it is what it is. We can't do anything about it now. We've just got to dust ourselves off and move again. It's a big game on Wednesday, and it's also a big game on Saturday. On Saturday next week, Wolves away. We have to win that game if we want to have any chance of taking this as far as we can. And let's see where we are in 6 games' time. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. I'm going to leave it there. I will be back again on Tuesday with the preview for Bayern for Armchair Armory. But yeah, hope you can enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care and stay safe.